Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, and welcome to your daily update on Bitcoin, and therefore also the crypto markets. If you know what Bitcoin is doing, you also have a good idea of what the market is going to do. Today is a relatively big day. If it wasn't for the bearish pressure we're seeing over the course of this morning, but basically, and we'll zoom in a moment. But this bearish pressure has basically been on since last week Monday, so for quite a long period of time already. Longer than I would have hoped, but alright. But today we have some big news as well, which we'll talk about with the unemployment rate and the non-farm payrolls. That is going to cause a lot of volatility and just in general a lot of movement, and it also brings some possibilities to turn bullish here, but it's going to be tough. But yeah, just wanted to do a full update on Bitcoin here, and also zooming out a bit here, because if you look at the general structure here on the 3-day time frame for Bitcoin, I would say it both doesn't look too great and it doesn't look too bad. And it doesn't look too bad because essentially, even though the last 2 weeks felt very bearish, right? And I think most of you will agree with me on that. There's obviously some cryptos that performed very, very well, and you could have made a lot of money with that. But the majority of the time was just weak. And here you can see that, we are actually consolidating a bit here, right? So if we're consolidating, then it's normal you have those bearish times and bullish times, which we also have. For example, the week before that, but also July was quite bullish. And then we look back at May, that was quite bullish as well. So things are certainly possible here. But at the same point of time, we are making lower highs and lower lows. So what that brings us to in terms of a market structure is that we are kind of, forming some sort of a flag here, which is also not bearish, but we do have to get some confirmation, right? So now, in general, I do expect this consolidation, let's call it like that. I do expect this to eventually turn bullish. But for now, we're still waiting for some sort of an indication. We're waiting for like the shot that starts it all. And that could still take some time. And at this moment, to zoom back in, we are quite bearish. And you look at this structure right here, and I deleted the trend line right here, but if you look at this is just bearish. And at this point of time, there's also nothing really going against that, right? Because what you want to see is either some fundamentals that are bullish and having an effect, or you want some momentum. And right now, well, there is momentum, but it's bearish momentum, right? You see the open interest rallying up quite a bit, but it's mostly short orders being opened. So at this moment, I also, and that's what I said yesterday as well, like in order for me to turn bullish here on the higher time frames, I really need to see a breakout above 61,000. And on the lower time frames, to at least turn a little bit more bullish, we need to break above 58,000. And at this moment, so right now, in the next hour, I don't see any possibility of that happening. There's no momentum, and we're even trying really, really hard to break below this level right here at 55,500 to dip down into the low 50s right here. Around 52,000 is where I would say the first real strong support level is. So that's what I think is most likely right now. Now, the news today in a certain capacity could change that, all right? If you still remember, the unemployment rate last time around caused a lot of bearish momentum. It could also be bullish, all right? Last time around, it was much lower than expected, which is generally bullish. But last time around, it was bearish because it came with recession fears. So if we actually do get, if we actually do get a lower than expected unemployment rate, so what they expect is 4.2, if we get 4.1, if we get 4%, I think that's bullish, and I think we can get some bullish momentum. But either way, like I said, I still need to see 58,000 be broken. Because of all the weakness we've seen, I need some sort of confirmation in combination with positive news before I can turn bullish. And I will keep you updated on that as well. I'll make a middle of the day market update, and we'll talk about the result and if we actually can turn bullish. For now, I still think it's most likely that we won't. All right, so that we will see volatility either way with the non-farm payrolls. That usually just causes a lot of volatility the entire day, so not only the news. But I don't think it's most likely we'll turn bullish here. But we'll be back later today. For now, this is what I think is most likely. So yeah, there's some other things that we could talk about, but I'll save that for later today. All right. For now, this is what you need to know. Those are my thoughts. Be ready for the news. All right. What we're looking for is lower than expected numbers. All right. That would be bullish. And then hopefully it doesn't go hand in hand with recession fears and just only hopes of more rate cuts this year. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.